Okay, Bezrat Hashem B'siyata Nishmaya. What we want to do is Daf Lametet Amud Beis. I want to go over the Gemara. I want to explain the Mordechai in the Sefer Isuvet HaRoch. I'm going to explain the Ramah and answer the Ramah from the Kashas of the Shach. Other things, yes, which we didn't speak about during the week, is the foundation I laid in people's mind when I learned it inside. But today, we're going to develop it and Bezrat Hashem explain very important chidushim. It says in the Mishnah, page 39b, Avodah Zarah 39b. Let's see what they're reading, man. Ve'elu mutorim ba'achila, the Mishnah says. The Mishnah gives us a list, things which goy, that I get from goy, that are permitted to eat. Chalav shechalvo goy v'Yisrael ro'eu. Milk that a goy milks and a Jew watches him. Now the word Jew watches him, the Gemara right away explains, which is Lav Dafka. Who is it? Rabbi Yitzchak. Rabbi Yitzchak. Okay, good, very good. Baruch Hashem. Shalom Aleichem, Rabbi Yitzchak. Good. So I'm reading now the Mishnah on page 39b. Which are the things, which are the things of goyim they're allowed to eat? Chalav shel chavo goy, milk that a goy milked. V'Yisrael ro'ei, and the Jew watches him. Now the word the Jew watches him normally means simply that he watches him. Watches who? The goy that milks.
Goy milking, watching the goy milking.
Is watching the goy milking.
And not just that, they're watching all the time.
Yes.
He's watching every single second.
Yeah. The Gemara says, read the Gemara. Tanino lo the Torah Rabbanon, we learned in a Braisa like the Mishnah. Yoshev be'Yisrael b'tzad Edoi, the Jew sits in adjacent, in the side of the flack. Shel goy v'goy, v'goy choy levloi, and a goy milks for him. Umevi loy, and he brings it to him, and the choishi doesn't worry. So this is expansion of the word seeing. Although the Mishnah says the goy milks and the Jew looks, the Braisa says the goy milks and the Jew doesn't see him. He's sitting, and it doesn't say, it says Yoishav Yisrael b'tzad edo shel goy. The Jew sits in the side of the flack of a goy, and the goy milks it for him, and he brings it to him, he doesn't worry.
It's a contradiction.
There's a contradiction. That's Tosa's question. Tosa says, Tema. Do maslis in Yisrael Mashma al kol shata also. The Mishnah says he sees him, means all the time seeing him. That's the simplicity of the word seeing. And the Braisa says, I don't need to see him, I can be outside. The word seeing is lav dafka. Seeing means ability to see him. Potential. Okay. This words of Tosa needs explanation. The kasha was, the Mishnah says, he sees him. The Braisa says he sits outside. So Tosa says the word seeing doesn't mean seeing, means so he could see him. Tosa now planted a new pshat in the Gemara. Because the Gemara says, Eichidom, what's the case? Two options. Dos options. Two options. One is Echidon. If there's no impure animal in the flack, pshita, simple, then it should be kosher. Which means, if the Jew is sitting outside, and the goy is milking inside, there's nothing tummy inside the flack, pshita, it's kosher. So there I need to see, there I need potential, there's potential of seeing.
Meaning you go inside and you sit.
Wow! Toysas now told us a new pshat. A new pshat! What does it mean that if there's no double tummy in the flack and I'm sitting outside is okay? A new pshat. Number one is there's no double tummy in the flack, so there's no worry that in the flack he's going to use an unkosher animal. And if he goes outside to get from the neighbor, I'm standing outside. That would be the normal understanding, the pshita. But now according to Torah, saying no. Even inside, because the Jew outside has the ability to come in, it's as if he's watching the goy milking. Although there's no double tome inside the field, inside the flack, and going outside, I'm standing outside, so I'm watching them not to go nowhere. But it's not enough. I need to see. Potential to see, it's okay. Because I'm sitting in adjacent. So I have potential to come in. That was his answer. You have the ability to see him. So since you have the ability to see him, it's considered seeing. So when he's sitting outside and inside there's no double tome, I would say simply pshita. Why pshita? Pshita, there's no double tome inside and there's nothing to go outside. He's saying no, it's not enough there's no double tome inside. It's more than that. You need to have the ability for me to go inside, and that's why as if I'm watching him. And therefore the milking was milking of a Jew watching it. Yes, Reb Chaim, what do you want to say?
It's not true. It's not inside and outside. That's not the Russian. Inside and outside. That's not the Russian. We see inside and outside distance. Just a distance, not inside and outside.
Says Betzad Edroy. And the side of is
Outside, inside's on the side.
what does on the side mean?
So if you stand on this, you're saying.
When I say the word on the side means there's inside and on the side.
No, it doesn't. I mean inside and outside.
There's Betoich Edroy and Betzad Edroy. Betzad means on the side. Side means not inside. There is inside and side. Those are the words. I don't know what he's talking about.
If side means the side, doesn't mean outside.
I didn't say outside. I said beside means outside the flag.
Okay, outside the flag.
That's what I mean. Outside of the flag. So now inside the flag, there's no impure cow, impure animal. And outside of the flag, I'm standing there watching. It's not going to go nowhere.
Sitting, not standing.
Sitting outside, I'm watching. It's not going to go nowhere. And that's it, pshita. But Taisa says no. It's more than that. Is because I'm sitting outside the flag, because I have the ability to see him.
The ability.
So that as if I saw it.
Because of the fear he has.
You need to have a Jew watching him.
What? The ability to watch. What's that to watching?
It's a big kiddush. Ability to watch. What will happen if I have no ability to watch? But he has fear of government. Toys is saying, Liroy soy, the Leulav Dafka Elohim Yochel, so could see him. Why do you need to have the option he could see him? He's sitting in adjacent to the flag, and there's no double thumb inside. Pshita? No. Because he's sitting adjacent to the flag, as if, and you have the ability to see him as if you saw him. What do you need to see? Maybe you need to have fear. What do you need to have fear? Maybe you don't need to see. The Mishnah continues. If there is impure animal in your flag, in this goy flag, amai, why it's kosher, which means sitting in adjacent of Betzad Edroy won't be enough If you have double tummy be'edroi.
A potential.
Why not? But I have potential to go inside and watch it. And that's the Gemara's answer. Lo ilom dika double tummy. Really, there is double tummy in the flag. Why is enough to sit it beside? V'chikoi chozin. When I'm standing, I see him. V'chiyosi v'loi chozin. When I'm sitting down, I don't see him. Ma'u detema, I would say, ken de yosi v'loi chozin. He says when I sit down, I don't see. So therefore, neichush dilma ma'isum matter. But we're afraid maybe he's going to bring and mix it. Kamash melon. Kamash melon what? Came in the chikoi chozin. Since when I stand, I see him. Irtute mirtat. He's afraid. But on me'arev beimun mixing it. So what the Gemara does say? The Gemara says, and what does it mean, seen? It means I don't need to see. I can sit outside and sit down, and now I don't see. But if I stand up, I see. I'm sitting down and adjacent to the flag. And I don't see the goy. If he goes outside, I will see him.
So the Avamim is
But inside the flag, I don't see him. But since I have the ability to see him, so that's what it means. Yisrael ro'eyu. The Jew see doesn't mean see, it means there's potential to see. It's enough, and he's afraid.
So, but it's like,
You must get up occasionally.
yeah.
No,
So that's the
doesn't
reason.
say. Doesn't say that. Doesn't say that.
Why?
It says since I have the ability. Came since when I do stand up. Came at the chikoi chozile. When I stand up, I watch him. He's afraid. No matter. Doesn't have to be.
No, but when he's sitting, he can't see. Just if he has
Right
to,
now he's sitting.
he has to do an action to see.
Right.
So maybe the
But the
Masechah
goy is
Avodah-
afraid maybe the Jew will get up and see him.
Yeah.
So Mimele, it's enough.
So the Avamina was that potentially
That potential is
must be
watching.
right.
Even though you have double tum in the flag, you have camels in the flag, between the cows, you have camels, and he's sitting in adjacent to the flag, and he's sitting down, but since he has the ability to stand up and watch him, so the goy is afraid, and he's not going to mix.
So the Avamina was that if you have a davar tame in the header, it's potentially it's not enough if you have to do an action. Potentially must be strike that you can see just with
Totally
your eyes.
see.
But
It
the
is just
Masechah
no.
is the action also that if you from sitting to standing.
After doing
Also is
action,
potential. Also is
there's enough potential, it's enough. I don't need to see, potential to see. Even though there is non-kosher animal inside the flag, there's double tongue in the flag. There's a camels.
Maybe
Camels.
Maybe
Well,
he eats his milk right beside him. The camel's milk is beside him.
Besides him, you're eating milk. There's on the side you have buckets from camels. This, that.
Who's this?
Well, who says to say? But since I can watch it, I have the ability to watch him, and he knows I have to add one more factor. And he knows that the Jewish people only eat kosher milk.
Right.
Non-kosher milk they don't eat, and they're not going to buy it from him.
That's Rashi.
So yeah, that they know. That they know. So since they have the ability, and they know that it's bothered me, and I have the ability to see him, it's enough. Like he is afraid, the fear is there. Now we ask the question back again. We roll the question back again. The maskana second moga is what does it mean that when a Jew is sitting in adjacent of the flag, and the goy can milk and give it to him, he doesn't worry. It means that he's sitting outside, even though there's double tummy in the flag. He's sitting outside and he has the ability to stand and watch him, and it's enough. But this first svara was the Gemara says pshita, that stays. The Gemara says that's pshita, that's not chiddush of the Mishnah. The chiddush of the Mishnah of the Braisa is, which pshat in the Mishnah, tanina l'adam. We learned in the Braisa, the Mishnah is like what the Braisa says, which means the Gemara understands the Braisa's explanation of the scene of the Mishnah. And what is the case of the Braisa? That I'm sitting outside adjacent to the flag, and he has the ability to stand and watch. There's enough, even though there's double thumb inside. But what will be if there's no double thumb inside?
And you sit there.
And you're sitting outside,
You know, it's cheap. That is clear.
and even when I stand, I don't see.
Sounds like the same thing to me.
Even when I stand, I don't see.
It's good enough.
Even when you stand, you don't
Yes, I'm sitting outside, but even if I stand, I don't see.
you change the game.
Change the case again. There is no double thumb in the flag, and I'm sitting outside, and even if I stand, I can't see. Because there's a barn, there's the walls there, I don't see. What would be the done? Gemara says, Pshita, that'll be okay. How can it be okay? I didn't see him either see or potential to see. Where's the see? Even my stand, I don't see. But since there's no double tome, quiet, Reb Chaim. I'm speaking now. When I finish here. Since there is, Baruch Hashem, he has a strong voice, even through the Reb Chaim. So he gave you a strong voice. 1 second. I will hear you in a second, Reb Chaim, for a second. 1 second. In 1 second. Even though, because I want people to get the point. So I want to drill in the point. That it says in the Gemara Pshita, that if there's no double tome in the flag, and I'm sitting at adjacent Betzada Eden to the flag, and the Gemara says Pshita. And the Gemara didn't make it feeling that when I stand, I watch. When I sit down, I don't watch. It's mashma, even when I stand, I don't see. I'm sitting outside, and even when I'll stand, I won't see. But the fact that there's another leniency, there's another factor, that there's no double tome in the flag. There's no impure thing in the flag. And I'm sitting outside, it's enough. Why it's enough? Because inside there's no double tome. Outside, he's going to go outside to bring from the neighbor. I'm watching him. But wait a second. Maybe from before. Maybe he's going to bring milk, non-kosher milk from a neighbor before. Why he should bring? Because he gained from it. It's cheaper. Or he doesn't get, doesn't lose. But he wants to match you need. Shaila wants is enough to people match. We learned this morning, Machlokes Rabbeinu Shmuel, and the Muslim will see it soon. So the question is really, in this case, there is few unknown factors that the Gemara didn't speak about. There is few factors which the Gemara didn't speak about. Which are they? Number one, what about milk before? The Gemara says that there's no non-kosher milk in the flag. And he's sitting in adjacent to the field. The Gemara says, Pshita will be good. But what about milk from before? I know he's not going to go outside because I'm watching him outside. Not going to go to the neighbor. I know that inside there's no milk because there's no camel's milk there. And maybe he has camel's milk from before, from a neighbor before I came. This is unclear, number one. Number two is, there is three possibilities how the Goy is milking milk for the Jew. Possibility one, that the Jew is bringing his bucket. Bringing his bucket. So if the Jew brings his bucket, that's why the Gemara didn't relate to milk from before, because it's my bucket. And I know my bucket, what I have in my bucket, I know. But what will be the bucket of the Goy? Possibility two. Possibility three, what will be a bucket of the Goy that the Goy normally milks from a special milking bucket? Milking bucket, those that know in a field, in a farm, you have a special gelt, Beloshan Ashkenaz is a special bucket, and nowadays a stainless steel Nerosta bucket that you go with it and you milk everywhere. That's a special bucket. So there, it's another worry. Not only that the Goy maybe had milk from before that he brought into his barn, even if he didn't have milk before, but there's maybe some stains, greasy stain of camel's milk on it, that even if he doesn't want to build stomach, he thinks that's clean enough, and he puts the new liquid milk from cows in it, and it gets re-wet again, it gets mixed up together. Again, there's few unknown things in the Gemara that we have to address. The Gemara says, if the Jew is sitting in adjacent of the flag, and there's no double tummy in the flag of the Jew, the Gemara says, Pshita Ye'er Eliyahu. Pshita what? Should be kosher, right? But what's the case? The case is, first of all, we have to assume that the Goy knows that impure milk is a problem for a Jew. Okay? that's a factor. Because if he doesn't know, there's nothing more to worry. The Gemara says, if I stand up, I see him, I don't say that, and he worries. Then you can watch me as much as you want. If I don't know you have a problem with it, what is there to worry, right? So then he has to know that I don't want camel's milk. I only want kosher milk. That's the number one factor. So that's a known assumption and assumed factor in the sugiya, that the goy knows that the Jew doesn't want impure milk. There's three unknown problems here in the sugiya in the first case. When you have no davotom in the Eden, and Yisrael Yoshe Betzad is sitting on the side and adjacent to the flag, what is the case? There is no impure in the flag. I'm not going to go outside to the neighbor. The goy is not going to go to the neighbor to bring because I'm standing outside. I'm watching him. I'm near the door. There's no other door. I'm watching. I see him. He's not going to go outside somewhere else. So there's no worry from somewhere else, and there's no worry from inside. But what about from before? Okay, so from before, there's three possibilities why the Gemara didn't speak about it. Or can we worry from before? And it's known factor that he knows that I don't want non-kosher milk, and I actually came and I watched and I checked the buckets before he came, and when he actually came, I was standing outside and he was making inside, and there's no Talmud inside. But the bucket, the Gemara didn't speak about it, but I came to check it. That's one option. It's a hard option, because no one didn't speak about it. Simply is that somehow I don't worry from milk before. But now you can answer. Really, I worry from milk from before. But the case of the Gemara is that the Jew is bringing his own bucket. The Mama tells Yankale, go to Alex the Goy, here's the bucket, and bring me milk. That used to be. They go to the, Yankale goes to the
guy.
how do you call it? Babushka. They go to the babushka. And what? Ivan and babushka. Ivani, Giuliani, and he says, listen, I want milk. And whose bucket is the Jew? As the language is, Yoshev Yisrael Betzad Edoy Shel Goy V'Goy Cholev Loi. What is Cholev Lo? He milks for him.
Don't say his bucket.
Does it say milk for him? What is Cholev Loi? Possible that the bucket belongs to the Jew, and he's milking for the Jew in a good Jew's bucket. So why the Gemara didn't worry about these Suveters worrying and Mordechai's worry? Because the Gemara is speaking about what? That the bucket belongs to the Jew. But if the bucket belongs to the Goy, now two options. The bucket belongs to a Goy, or a special bucket gelt. The gelt is silver. I mean, like we have Nerosta, stainless steel. They used to have a silver bucket or something, maybe, I don't know.
It's good. It's
Good, whatever it is, they had a special bucket. So now again, we have two options in the Gemara. In the Gemara is speaking about that the bucket belongs to the Jew. So that's why the Gemara didn't relate to the milk before. And then our question will be, will be a randomly bucket of the Goy, or will be a special bucket that the Goy always milks. So randomly, although it's that the Jewish bucket is definitely kosher, randomly you don't assume that you will have milk before because it's a randomly bucket. But if it's the normal bucket of all the time, the gelt bucket, the Nerosta, the stainless steel bucket he always uses, so he milks also the cow's milk from the neighbors, or no, and maybe got dried and is inside. And although Goyim, this is after air, this is a point which I want to clarify. Although Goyim kapdia minikal yuso, the Gemara says the Goyim are very makpid on cleanliness. Yes, the Gemara says, Tosis brings it down, why you cannot buy cheese from Goyim? Because we're afraid that snakes took bite from it and put poison, venom inside. But the Goyim are careful of cleanliness. And that's why we're allowed to buy water and honey from Goyim, because they're careful in cleanliness. So Tosis answers, really all liquids, they makpidam minikayusa. So therefore, you can buy water, you can buy drinks from them. You're not afraid they left it open at night because they're careful on cleanliness. But milk, they think, since they know most of the time they sift it, and you sift it, so they think that's enough for cleanliness, and they don't care even though the venom will still go through. That's why for milk and cheese we worry for venom of snakes. But any drinks, all drinks, and honey, you're allowed to buy from Goyim because they are careful in cleanliness. Goyim are clean. So now let's go back to us. What I said, what about I'm sitting out and adjacent to the flack. And there's no impure inside the flack. When I say, wait a second, which bucket are we talking about? If the bucket of the Jew, there's no worry. If the randomly bucket of a goy, there's nothing what to worry because goyim makpid on mekanyusa. Goyim are makpid on cleanliness. They don't want gel of meat to be mixed with milk. It's not clean. They makpid on the kiyum. They don't want to worry. Okay, so that's why I don't worry. But what happens is it's a guilt, it's a special bucket of milking. There's nothing what to worry of cleanliness because there's always milk. So you have some dry milk in the side, so he cleans a little bit. He's not makpid to manak it thoroughly because it's made always some milk. That's what it's made for. So maybe there's a worry of milk from before. So maybe when Chachamim said it's okay to sit adjacent and there's no tumah inside, why we don't worry from before? Two options. Or because the bucket is a bucket of a Jew, or it's a bucket of a goy randomly. But when it's a special bucket of a goy that he uses always, maybe there's a worry. Maybe that's a svara of the Isuverta. Let's see the Isuverta inside. I'm reading page 2, page 1, and this is the law.
You said it's made in a sheet that you can't see. That's not true.
That's a very good law to see it.
Yes?
Well, Rabbi, you said that when you, in the beginning when you start this, you said standing it's the shit, it's mosque you can't see. It says that. It's the opposite. You stand you can't see.
When the Gemara says that when you stand you can see, that's the case.
That's the Maseches of the Gemara. When the goal is concerned, what's he concerned? If you stand up,
But right, that's in the case when there's double tumah. When there's no double tumah and he's sitting outside, the Gemara didn't go into a chilik when I stand, I see him, I said I don't see. I don't see at all.
he said the goal is worried. So what's he worried about?
That's the Gemara worry. He doesn't use the word worry.
What's he worried about?
He's not worried. The Gemara didn't say the word worry. It did not. No, only in the second case. And only in the second case. Only in the second case when there's double tumah inside the flag.
What's the Maseches of the Gemara?
I'm not doing a maskon, it wants us two cases. If the case of double tumah is sitting outside, pshita is kosher. And if double tumah, pshita is also, the one says no. Double tumah and he's sitting, and when he stands, he can see when he says that's a case, and the maskon of pshat and the b'aisa. But nobody will argue on the case. You almost said pshita that stays the pshita. Then when I have no double tumah in the flag, and the Jew is sitting outside, standing or sitting, doesn't see, it's enough, kosher pshita. I'm reading the Sefer Isuverta inside, please. Inside is the last two lines in the first page of the Diaspora Yeshiva sheets. Anyone who doesn't have the Diaspora Yeshiva sheets can come over here and take it. You know how to read Hebrew? Come. It's good. You hold. Just to hold. You look smart with it. That's what I said. My father used to say, at least look smart.
Wait, is the Maseches of the Gemara the Peshat in the Mishnah?
Yes. The Bible.
So according to the Maseches of the Gemara,
Yes.
standing,
Yes. In the case when there's double tumah. But in the case where there's no double tumah and I'm standing outside, sitting or standing, I don't see. And inside there's no double tumah. The Gemara says pshita, that stays, that avamina stays, that will be pshita, will be kosher. Okay.
It didn't say it showed you that you have it's must, but it's bending is the ability to see.
In the maskon, the Gemara says in timtza. But the Havamina, when the Gemara says, the Gemara didn't go to that chiluk in the Havamina, and another Gemara says Pshita, means in all cases. Okay, the first page of the bottom, the last two lines. Okay, finished. I answered you 4 times and a half. You know why it's in a half? Because in the middle I was talking, you're talking, and I gave you an answer while I'm talking. So it's 4 times and a half, it's more than I need. The Chalav Shechavot, I'm just making a joke, you know. Okay, the Chalav Shechavot Knani, if I'm reading inside the Yisrael Be'etero, it's a Rishon. I think it's a Re'or, right, Reb Shlomo?
No.
Who is it?
Rabbi Yerucham.
Rabbi Yerucham. Yeah? Oh, Rabbi Yerucham. Rabbi Yerucham is one of the later Rishonim. The Mordechai and Rabbi Yerucham, both of them were students of the Rosh.
Wow.
Yes, Ito Israel is Rabbi Yerucham, I didn't know that. Isu Be'etero.
This is your son on Tony. This is your son on Tony.
Okay, so maybe they checked it. Isu Be'etero, Talmud of the Rosh. The Rosh had many Talmidim. Rabbi Yerucham, Rabbi Baruch, the Mordechai, all the big, anyhow, one of the Rishonim. I don't know who he is. The Chalav Shechalvo Knani, if a milk that a goy, Knani is it's a buzzword for goy.
A euphemism.
Yes. So if a goy milk, the Ein Yisrael, a Jew doesn't see him. Asur, it's prohibited. A goy milk and the Jew doesn't watch him is awesome. Why? Mishum, because Chashosh Aschol of Tomeh, a worry of impure milk. Now, the Isovetos are saying even, all those even though you don't have many other problems, but you didn't see, it's no good. Now let's go on to even. Afilu Shawachakach. He has a new factor which the Gemara didn't speak about, but it's common sense. Even right after the goy milk, he ran into the barn and he see that everything's impure, there's no impure animals. Afilu Shawachakach. Even though I saw afterwards, right after he finished the milk. Toch Kedei Asiyah. She'ein Domer Toveh Bo Yisrael, there's no impure thing in the flax. What? He said, I said, yes, just to remove, not to move our focus on it. It doesn't matter. Means at the time, you didn't see it, and right afterwards you saw there's nothing there. Or he saw dira, or he saw there's nothing in, right afterwards he checked in the dira, in the house, in the apartment of the goy, there's no impure milk there. Rosh HaKnani lo yisachol min harefet. And he saw the goy carrying the bucket of the milk from the barn. And right away you check inside the barn. There's no impure animal in it. In order to not become a destruction out of it, we prohibit. The Isu Be'etero brought in a new problem. That even though you saw the goy coming out with the milk, and right away you check there's no impure milk inside, it's no good. Again, let's say what the Gemara said, and what does he say? The Gemara says, if there's no impure milk in the barn, there's no impure animal in the barn, and you're sitting outside, it's kosher. He's saying, how do I know that there's no impure milk, no impure animal inside the barn? Because I know before. But if I know right afterwards, I came to check right afterwards, is that enough? Why not? What's the difference if I check before? Or right when he finished, he can do okus pokus, adga kadabra, and evaporate the camel away from the barn. No. Churba, destructions will come out of it. Why? That's what he says. Elot tzorich, that's a big kiddush. Elot tzorich, rather we need, sheyeh sham Yisrael, the Jew needs to be there. B'sha'ah, in a moment, sha'aknani matchil achlo. In the moment that the goy starts to milk. The year, and the Jew needs to see, she'ein bakli shum chala mitchila, that inside the bucket, there's no milk inside from the beginning. She'ein davar tov be'era, and there's no impure animal in the flack.
like a Bishul Akum, it says.
What does he say? He says, when the Gemara says, when I'm sitting outside and there's no double tome, pshita, it's okay, because the bucket is the bucket of the Jew. But if the bucket is the bucket of the goy, it's not enough that I'm sitting outside and I know it's a doing pure animal. Which means, if let's say I was sitting outside and right when he finished to milk, he's coming out with the milk, I see him right away coming out, and I run inside and there's no impure animal inside. It's okay? No. Chuba. Destruction will come out of it. Why? Because maybe inside the bucket from before, there is impure residues or bedafka, because it's cheaper and he's making money. He left inside impure in your milk and he mixed it with the milk. And exchanging, you can recognize the color, but mix, you can't recognize the color. There's no way to check. 1 second. 1 second. We have to grind in the chidush of the Yisrael. And I'm bedafka spending it because the point of it, the point right now will knock out the shach. This is the last time I'm saying. I started to talk about the bucket of the Jew, but randomly bucket of a goy, or a special bucket of a goy is not stop. So I want to ask you guys, what case the Isometer is starting with? Again, and I'll be nafkamina to knock out the kasha of the shach. The Isometer says, if the Jew's outside and the goy milked inside, I didn't see him, and I saw him walking out, and right when he walked out, I see the milk, and I ran inside the barn, and I see there's no impure milk and no impure animal. It's chuba if I relied it. What's the chuba? I don't know what's the chuba, but from the what he says, what I do need, I see what's the chuba. Because what I do need, I need to be in the beginning of the milk and look inside the bucket. And it should be impure. So what do we see from it? The why, when I check afterwards, no good, because you checked afterwards, great, but maybe it was there from before. Now my question is to the Chachomim here, what is the case? The case is the bucket that belongs to the Jew, the bucket belongs to the Goy, or it's a special bucket of the Goy? I would say it's the middle case.
A clean bucket of the goy.
It's a clean bucket of the Goy, but it's not the normal bucket of the Goy. The Gemara is speaking about when the bucket belongs to a Jew. That's what the Gemara needs to speak about. There'll be that if I know there's no Tomei Be'edroi and I'm sitting outside, it's okay. Why the Gemara didn't worry about the milk from before? Because the Gemara is talking about that the bucket belongs to whom? Chalav Akum, the bucket belongs to the Jew. But what happened if I have a simple bucket, a random bucket of the goy, not a special bucket, a random bucket of the goy? It will be chuba if I don't check before. What do I need to check before? That there's no double tomeh, and not only no double tomeh in the Eider, I have to look inside the bucket.
Maybe it's the Indian. Maybe it's the
That's what he says. Why? Random bucket, they watch cleanliness.
You told me that they're Nikim.
Oh, that's a kasha to my svara here. If the Yisrael is talking about a random bucket,
It's clean.
it's clean. So we worry, so it's clean. But the answer is, when there is dineros, there's what to gain. Ooh, the God doesn't care about cleanliness. As long as you don't know what's going on, and in Chazal even Jews. You know what my cousin Shaya Goldstein told me? He's a mashgiach Rashi, an older mashgichim in south of in Miami Beach and in Florida area, in whatever, a couple of cities there. They're all one city, big city, Miami, the greater Miami, for a long time. And he told me unbelievable stories. I was shocked I didn't believe. He says, Mamash kepshutoi, Jews or goyim, come on, it's not. They came and they offered him money to close his eyes, that they bring stuff from outside in the store, which are not part of the action.
Rabbi Katz, all over Shalom, he used to tell us a story. He was in Queens. He used to tell us every week different horror stories.
Mamash.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to have really Yiras Shamayim, mashgiach to rely. Mamash. Yiras Shamayim. It's not simple.
That's why they have.
Because when it comes to money,
Maybe it's a special.
Comes the money,
Maybe it's a
people
special.
go crazy.
Maybe it's a special halacha, like halacha bishul akum.
Yeah.
The beginning you have to lit the fire, then it helps for the end. Said here, this is the Yisrael tells us.
No. I tell you what. You're right, but it's wrong. Why it's wrong? Because he says, why you don't watch the beginning?
What?
He says, he doesn't say Haloi Shem. No. He says, Re'i Hashem bakli shum chalav mitchila.
I says twice.
I'm talking about now. Now what he says, and you know what? There's no milk. He tells you it's not because Haloi Shem of the beginning, like firing a fire. Who's considered cook? It's not a question of considered the milking. The beginning, I'm the milk, the Jew milk, and not the goy. That's it. Because I have to watch that there's no impure milk. I know it's like that. It's wrong.
But the beginning says that also.
Where?
And the time, Shakani Matchil, it says it twice.
Right, so Matchil means Matchil is not from before.
Matchil
Matchil
it says twice.
Why?
It says twice, Matchil.
But you're right, but he says why.
It's
Ve'ira she'ein bakli shum chalav mitchila.
it's three for a verb. Ve'ira, ve'ein, double time. It's two things. One thing, ve'ein double time, and also has to be she'ein kli b'shum double.
No, it's not the subject.
It's three things.
And slavery, you want to
It's
make them
three
two
things.
things. It's not true.
It's three
The
things.
subject matter is Chalav Tomei. That's the subject matter. And when I see the beginning, before, there's no Chalav Tomei from before, mitchila, that's enough. That's all. You're not talking about a Haloi Shem, who's the milk,
The
it's
beginning.
like fire.
Has to be Chalai Shem of a goy
You
Jesus.
can make up stories, but that's what he said.
But what do you mean? So I says twice, Matchil.
Where he said twice.
Is that? It's only Sham Yisrael B'Shor she Klani Matchil.
Right.
Why does it say them Sham Matchil?
In the beginning.
So they say it's beginning.
Time, talk about which time.
Beginning.
And what do you do when you're there? You watch the goy, you look inside the bucket.
And he says, look inside the bucket.
Good.
That
So he
is the
says,
beginning.
breathe in the beginning and watch inside the bucket.
Two things. And they double them, three things. But the point is, I would
No, wrong. Because if I would see in the bucket before the goy came in, maybe something in between he put in. So you need to be in adjacent the time that he starts, that you look in the bucket not there before. So in order to put it together.
the same time.
Same time.
But
But
it's
nothing
in the
with
beginning.
Haloi Shem.
I mean, maybe it's did it in the
Yeah,
beginning.
because otherwise this spread of time, maybe something happened in between. But not because of Haloi Shem. That's it, I don't want to go
Why
over it.
not? Why not? You didn't say
I
why.
said why.
Why?
I just explained why. Because if I saw, let's say, I checked the bucket the night before. I checked the bucket the night before,
And you know no one was there?
and I was not in the beginning of the Chaliv, only in the middle. Will be kosher or not? Why?
Wait a second, you know
Because maybe the night till the morning something happened.
Is there chazaka?
No chazokas. In the chashosh of marriage, we keep away from going, we work. No chazokas. That's all. So now I want to answer my question of Nikiyusa. The answer is, since it's gain of money, Nikiyusa doesn't work anymore. We're talking about there's a gain of money. Now let's continue on in Isubeto. And for this reason, the custom is a couple of places. Mina kosher, it's a kosher meal, mina kosher. שלא להניח הגוי, האם היהודי לחבור בכלי שכהן עם גל בלושן אשכנז. Don't let the goy to milk inside, not only his random bucket, not randomly bucket, his professional bucket, which is called geld, the silver bucket, the stainless steel bucket, אף על פי שהוא מיוחד לחליבה, even though it's special for milking, והוא double tzoinen, and the milk is cold, ואין חריף כלל, there's no sharpness that can draw from the walls any non-kosher milk that was soaked kavush for a long time. Who knows? It's cold and not sharp. Where's Rabbi Shmuel Piyah, the professional? He's on his way. Because he likes the harif and all. The Yesh, he used to teach for many years the boys in Yeshiva's Chala. He used to make pictures, draw pictures. Because his wife was a big artist, and he said pictures of basar v'chala and meat and this. Imagine, it's a kwachatziu.
He's also a big artist.
He's himself a big artist. He's a tzanoit, that's what his wife. Right. Now he's in. Anyhow, so even though it's cold, tzoinen, and it's not sharp, the yeshlahu, still there is to worry why it's a kosher minag. Maybe it will be there from the beginning a little bit of impure milk. And the Jew will not recognize it. Stop. Now he says a new point. We talked about before random bucket. But there was some places, a good kosher minhag, that they didn't use the special bucket of a goy at all, even if a Jew checked it. Why? Because maybe he didn't check well, and some of the milk, a little bit inside, is there on the sides and it cracks, who knows what in the bottom, or stains of it, and when you put liquid it starts becoming milk again. It's not that you're going to draw bliot, sucks from the walls, because it's soinen and not chaif. Right? No, we worry that maybe some little bit of waste of non-kosher milk is inside it. Even when Jew looked at it, he didn't look at good. It's a nukzeira. Some places have a minhag. What's minhag? Not mikaradina from the law. Oh, a minhag, good custom. This is very important. And after the fact, the milk is permitted even if I use the bucket, the special bucket, the silver, the stainless steel bucket of the goy. Even though the goy used the special vessel of the geld, of the silver, which is designated for that. But what do you need? This is very strange. Why the Israel needs this rak? The Jew watched in the beginning inside the vessels.
That was
What do we see? When you have a special vessel of a goy, he says that some people, even if you watch, they don't allow. But the Eved, if you watched and it's special, it's okay. Why? One second. Let's see. One second. Why? It's a no, there's no bavotome inside. I can be even outside. No. What the Gemara is talking about that is his bucket. But when the goy's bucket, we worry something inside. And surely when there's a silver bucket, people worry that you're not going to check well. But the other, even his bucket, it's kosher when you checked it. We know he didn't check well. But what happened if he didn't check?
No good.
No good. Why? Because the Gemara is speaking about his bucket, but the goy's bucket, and specially bucket, won't be good unless he checked it. If he checked it, but the end is okay, you don't worry, he didn't check well. But the checking, when it's not a Jewish bucket, it's Mikaradi. And the Gemara is speaking about when it's the Jewish bucket. That's the way to explain, that's what I think. The way to explain this Yisrael, we're going to gain the big kasha of the Shach on the Yisrael and the Mordechai. I'm going to jump right away to the Ramah and the Shach because I have to leave 1:45. I said. I think we're early. What?
Maybe it's only talking about the guilt bucket.
Yes.
But it can't be that the Mishnah speaks.
Stop bucket. That's the Ramah. I'll prove you that's the Ramah. Yes. He made the last of the kasha of the
What's
Shach.
about the guilt bucket?
What?
What's worse about the guilt bucket?
Because you always use it, so you went to the neighbors.
There's going to be milk in it.
Yes. And you
And
don't.
you're going to
Yes.
see.
Yes. I'm reading now the yes, Yechezkel.
Why we have to Tevilat Keilim in all around the world, and in this case, it's not the case.
Because when the milk becomes mine,
If I sell something,
when I bought it, when I buy it, when I buy milk from a goy,
but then before I use for kosher,
when I want to use kosher, when I want to use vessels of a goy for myself to eat from, I need to tell you
you must put in Tevilat Keilim.
Yes, but here the goy is using it, preparing to sell it to me. So it's his vessels. I don't go to listen. I want to buy milk from you. Kosher all your vessels. So get out of here.
They use the
You
same
want
meat
when you buy from me and onwards to make it kosher.
for both meals. They use the same clean for both meals. Kosher.
True, but it's not the point. Yes, the question about tvila. Tvila is only on what you use for yourself.
But
Yes.
anyway, Tvila never answers the
And anyhow, tvila doesn't answer the food, right?
I don't understand.
I
Rachel
just want to the answer to understand.
Let's
Tvila in the
What?
What's the lechatchila here in the?
That's what I want to say. The lechatchila ni'eved, here. The lechatchila ni'eved is, lechatchila means, this is the point. Shh. Let's summarize the way I learned these over there. It's not the way to shop. But the simple way that I think is that there's three vessels here. A vessel of a Jew, a vessel of a goy randomly, that's the first part of these over there, and guilt. So when you talk about a vessel, a randomly vessel, we need to worry, maybe there's milk from before because he wants to gain money to have less milk then. Because non-kosher milk is cheaper. So then what do you need to do? You need to check there's nothing from before. And if you didn't check, it's possible for you to be the Evan. Kal v'chomer, if I have a guilt vessel, sure I need to check before and I didn't check before, it's also be the Evan, that's kal v'chomer. Now there was a minhag that they didn't use guilt vessel even if they checked. Because they're afraid you check is not a good check. But the Evan, if you have guilt and you check, it's okay. But if you have guilt and you didn't check, or even not guilt and you didn't check, doesn't work after the Yemen, because there's a worry from before. And the Gemara talking about when it's the Jewish vessel. That's just no worry from before. Simple. That's the way I'm learning these over there. And I think that's the way that Ramon learned. What do you want to say?
I want to say that it can't be the pshat in the pshita, because the pshita was 1,000 years ago, and this is a new mina. ולכן נהגו במקומותינו, אז לכתחילה לא יכול להיות שזה...
No, I'm not saying, no, you didn't hear me, Rabbi Reuven, you didn't understand. The Gemara was talking about that the bucket belongs to a Jew. And I said, Choylev loy means he's making it for the Jew. And that's what the Gemara says, if you sit outside and adjacent to the flag, and there's no double tongue in the flag, it's okay, pshita. What about before? There's no reference because it's my bucket. It's a Jewish bucket. But Taka was a goyish, a random bucket. It's also for the B'Iyun, you didn't check. And if it's a special geld, surely you need to check before. And if you checked, some people say even check is not good, not enough, and the other is enough. That's all. This is the Yisrael. I think that's the way the Shach learned. That's the way the Ramah is learning. And the Shach attacked the Ramah in the state of Tzor Chiyun. That will be the answer to the Ramah. Let's see inside for a second. I will jump to Mordechai. In the back, although we have a whole world in it. The time is short. We'll see if HaShem will give us the time. We'll learn the other piece. I'm reading the Shulchan Aruch. The Shulchan Aruch.
Rabbi, does it say that we fear that a snake is going to get into a milk?
No. Impure milk.
All right. That's all it was.
So also snake, but when there's no snakes around. In urban cities, we don't worry for snakes.
Does it say snake or does it say serpent?
No, serpent.
Okay, because serpent's different from a snake.
No, serpent.
Serpents were cast away from the Garden of Eden. They only eat dust, so they don't have a connection to HaShem. That's a difference from a snake.
Okay,
A
the
snake
talking
is
about
still
the
Hashem's creation.
most about Nico is venom. We're talking about venom.
Yeah.
Okay. Chalav shechalvo oved kochavim. I mean in Shulchan Aruch. Milk that a goy milked, then Yisrael, the Jew doesn't watch it. Also is prohibited. Maybe you mix with it impure milk. I'm reading in page 2, fourth paragraph from the top is the Shulchan Aruch. It's a quote of the Shulchan Aruch. Chalav shechalvo bet kochavim. Milk that a goy milked, ve'ein Yisrael ro'eh, when the Jew doesn't watch it. Also, if you have milk that a goy milked, the Jew didn't watch it, it's also. Shema maybe, maybe mixed with it impure milk. Be'odai. Or yochoyle bebeis of Yisrael shebachutz. If the goy was milking in his house and the Jew was sitting and the Jew was sitting outside, if it's known he has nothing impure animals in his flack, it's permitted. What's yadua? Yadua known from before, right? It's a known thing. So it's permitted. How it's known, I came to teach it. I don't know. Okay. But the Mechaber didn't speak about, he only spoke about what? I know there's no impure and I'm sitting outside. But he talked about what about milk from before? Which vessel we talk about? The vessel of a Jew, a random vessel of a goy, a special of a goy. The Shulchan didn't go about it into at all. He says muto is permitted. That's the language of the Rambam. At all cases. even if the Jew cannot see him in the time when he milks, it's permitted. Since I'm outside and he has nothing inside impure, and I'm sitting outside, there's nothing to worry. Even though in the moment when he milks, I don't have the ability to see him. Not when I stand up, I see him. I said, no. You hear this, Rabbi Feature? Even if the Jew cannot see him in the time when he cannot see in the time when he milks, means he cannot stand up and see. But since he has nothing impure in the flack, and he's sitting outside, it's kosher. And the Shulchan Aruch doesn't speak all about whose bucket it is, or what about from before. Doesn't speak at all.
But they
Deny this problem.
They don't see the kli. How will you use mutar?
Chazok, they makpid on cleanliness, it's kosher. But if the goy had impure animal in his flack, and the Jew is sitting outside, and the goy is milking for the sake of the Jew. Even though I cannot see when I'm sitting down, and if you could see the goy when he's standing up, permitted. The goy is afraid. Maybe we'll stand up, and you will see it. The Shulchan Aruch adds a factor. It's only when he knows this general idea that a Jew doesn't drink impure milk. Okay, this is Shulchan Aruch. What we want to know is the Ramah. Let's see the Ramah. Everybody has the Ramah? Ago. Yes.
He says,
Right.
so this is the potential.
He's afraid. Mirta. Mirta. Mirta.
Let's see if something inside. What is inside? Boom! Oh, that's good. That doesn't get blown
The
up.
beaker in there?
What is the Shem Uleu? They mean to say here, this is like places or not? Because I want to say.
Again, standing up.
But he says Shem Yamo Yireu.
Right.
So let's say he stands up and will not see when he stands.
So that won't work.
I mean, it's only if he stands and says.
Because there's double tongue, it won't work.
Walk there to see it.
Yes.
Let's say he stands.
Okay, the answer is
he
no.
can walk.
No. If he could walk, I don't know.
No, he can walk to see the place.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's as slow as more exertion. Maybe not. Or still the question you have to measure the fear. I don't know. It's a good question. It's not our subject. I go. I just have another 15 minutes. In the first place, this is the Ramah. I want to get into the Ramah. Listen carefully what the Ramah reads. His Torah with a shach pounds on him, and he Torah and he knocks out the Ramah. Let's see what he says. Ago, in the first place, tzarich liyot Yisrael betchila zachar livo. In the first place, the Jew needs to be in the beginning of the milking, and he will see v'yira bakli. He'll see inside the vessel. Shelo yeh bakli shechoy b'modam otome. They should have no non-impure things inside the vessel.
What kli? What kli?
Which kli is talking about?
של הגוי, לא של הג'ו.
1 second. Un momento. There's 3 vessels. The Jewish vessel is not talking about.
The Jew has tummy?
The Jew has tummy, okay? So we're not talking about a Jewish vessel. No, but he has seen good removing. There's 2 other options. We said there are 3 options. A bucket of a Jew, that's definitely out. Now we have 2 options. Bucket of a goy randomly,
Or special?
or special. Oh. And what case the Ramah is talking about lechatchila? Lechatchila means b'diavad it's okay. Why b'diavad it's okay? That's a shach's kasha. We saw that if you don't see from before, is even b'diavad not okay? The answer is the bucket is talking about a randomly bucket, not a special bucket. There, the Yisrael says it's only lechatchila.
I didn't get the Shach's Kasha.
The Shach Kashi is that the Isur Ve'eter never said such a thing. He never said that lechatchila the Jew needs to see that there's no milk from before. He didn't say lechatchila, he said even b'diavad. Because when he said even b'diavad, that he's using the geld vessel, even b'diavad you must see there's nothing before.
No, but he said this is what the Shach says. Bechatchila, this is Lashon Yisrael. This is what he says. The Chatchilet of Yisrael with Chiles Achaliva, V'yira Bekli Shloyed, Bekli Shloyed.
Yira Bekli. But Yira Bekli.
No.
But
This is Lashon of the Yisrael.
No. The Yisrael says that, let's read the Shach inside, okay? Let's read the Shach inside. I'm reading the Shach inside, 3 lines at the beginning of the Shach. See, 1, 2, the last paragraph, the Shach. 3 lines down from the beginning of the paragraph of the Shach. אבל צריך עיון. דבאיסו בהתר ריש כלל ממי משמע להגה איפכה. Since we look in Israel, which is we quoted and we read it, it says clearly opposite. וזה לשוימה. צריך שיהיה שם ישראל בשעה שעובד ומתחיל לחלום. The Jew needs to be there in the time when the guy starts milking. ויראה שאין בכלי שום חלה מתחילה. See, there's nothing in the vessel, no milk in the beginning. ושאין דבר תומא בעד, there's no impure animal in the flack. ומהייתיים מנוהגים בכמה מקומות. From this reason, the custom is a couple of places. ומינה kosher, it's a kosher mina. שלא הניח לגרבים לחלוב בכלי, don't allow all the goy to milk in a vessel שקוראים גל בלושן אשכנז. אף על פי even though שהוא מיוחד לחליב, or it's special for milking, והוא דבר צוי וחוי, it's cold and not sharp, כלל. The yeshloch, which is to worry, שמא יום מתחילה מההתחלה, may will be a little bit milk from the beginning, תומך ולא יגיש בו ישראל, the Jew will not recognize that. ובדיעבד, this is the param, בדיעבד, מי הוא מותר החלב, the milk is permitted, עד אם החליב עובד קוראים באותו כלי, even if the guy used that vessel of the gel, שלא of his, כשלא ישראל מתחילה בכלי, but the only thing you need, even בדיעבד when it's kosher, plus, first of all, b'di'evet, if he uses vessels, okay. But provided, rak, what does rak have? Only, shora Yisrael b'tchila b'kli, that the Jew look inside the vessel. Afterwards, I finish the yoytze, ad kala shoyno, alma. Comes the Shach, says, well, what do you see from this? Da'afilo, di'evet, even after the fact, ba'inam shora Yisrael b'tchila b'kli, you always need to, the Jew always needs to watch. There's nothing there before. So how can the Ramo bring down that what? Lechatchila, you know what? There's nothing before. But the Evan, I don't need all this. Not true. That's not true. I always have to worry if the guy uses his own vessel. I always have to worry maybe it's milk from before. This is a kash of the Shach. We answer very simple. When he said you need a check from before, anybody ever is okay, it's not okay unless you saw when there's a special geld. But when it's a randomly, you need a check. He says, it's a warrior, chumba, maybe it will be before. And that's why tzarich, he need to watch it before. But if he did, but yeah, that's kosher.
But the Ramah is talking even on a gel.
Who says?
Because that's the last thing.
Where?
He said, the last thing he was talking about was the gel, and then he said...
We're talking about the geld.
What?
Read the Ramo. Ago.
Negu lahachmir.
No, read the Ramo. Aga.
Aga. L'chatchila tzurich liyos Yisrael, b'tchilas hachaliva v'yira b'kli shalo haya b'kli.
Which kli? Which kli, Rabbi?
A regular kli.
A regular kli. That's true statement or not?
Yeah.
It's a true statement. Continue on. The nagu lachmir.
ונגו להחמיר שלא יאכלו בכלי שדרכו של אבוקבים לחלוב בו, שמא אי אפשר בו ציפור.
At all.
What's that going to talk about? A geld.
A geld.
A geld.
And what's the custom by a geld?
What's the what?
What's the custom? Noagu lachmir shelo yachlo. That by the special vessel of the goy, you don't milk even if he checked.
Right.
Ubediyeven and nochush if he checked. And the Chatchila, you check with him randomly. And if you didn't check it, okay.
This is the Lashon of the Yisrael.
So what the Shach wants, let's read the Shach. Kloima. Kloima. Then tzorich lochu shiye kol zeh rak sagi b'shoyo shom betchila zakalivo afilu lero bakli. That's his explanation. That's his assumption.
He's going on the whole Ramah, no?
He goes on the whole
He
Ramah.
starts at the beginning of Lechatchila, and he ends up with B'di'evet.
Right. What's the case of Lechatchila?
Everything he talked about.
what's the case of the Chatchila, what's the case of the B'diavad? So the case of the Chatchila that he quotes is when talking about randomly vessel.
What is
So only
random?
Chatchila, but yeah, it's okay.
What is random?
When it says an agula randomly,
Yeah.
stam, he take a vessel,
From his house
he pours the money out and he uses it.
or from his house?
From his house, randomly.
So Kosheken should be
No, so it's not less to worry, there's milk from before.
Why?
Because it's a random vessel. It's used for sauce. It's used for clothing. It's used for other things. So it's not used for milk and pure milk.
Ah.
So again, לכתחילה צריך להיות הישראל בדרך הליבד יהיה בכלי שלא יהיה בכלי לא יהיה אותו מדברים על a randomly vessel. ונהגו להחמיר שלא יחלום בכלי שדרכו. That's another vessel. That's the normal way. Before the about kli of a goy, and then nahgu lachmir not to use a vessel that the custom of the goy. What is custom? That's always used. That's a guilt. Shedarko goy lachlobo. Even if you watched it. And then Israel does even if I looked at it. Because because you're afraid, maybe I didn't look well. When I watched it. If it's a special vessel, and when it's a random vessel, even if I didn't watch it, it's okay, but you have it. That's all. If you look inside, that's what he says. So therefore, the Shach understood that b'diavad and lo choshechotzeh means that even the special vessel, b'diavad, even not watching is okay. Even not watching.
And then he says that's true.
That's not, the Shach says that's true.
If you learn this,
But if you learn the Yisrael, he says there's two statements here. The Lechatchila part talks about the first part of the Ramah is talking about a kli, random kli. And then he says when Agula Achmir Bekli Shadalkoi, that's the guilt kli. And there we don't do at all. When we don't do at all, even if you watch. But when you watch, it's okay. But by Dalkoi, and by not Dalkoi, if you're not watching, it's okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Good. So I'm not arguing. I'm just arguing pshat in the Ramah. Now, what the Shach holds halacha l'maisa?
After work again, see the Shach is a kasha.
Okay. We have to work more inside, and I want people should work on the two Mordechai. I printed out a new Mordechai.
Where? New?
Yes.
Where?
It's not in the papers. I gave out to everybody. But if you don't have it, you can look inside. The Bach quotes this Mordechai. The Bach.
We never found
I found it. It's in Taf Lamed Aleph. And it's important to see inside because I explained this morning that the smag brings two rayas and Rabbeinu Shmuel knocks out only one raya. What about the second raya? What about the second raya of the smag? From that he didn't answer. From that we conclude a rule. The machloikas Rabbeinu Shmuel and the smag is only when I don't make money, I don't lose money. Does a goy the goy is not making, he's not gaining money, but he's going to be wicked and try to stumble a Jew or not. Machloikas. The smag says when I don't gain money, a goy is not going to stumble me. And the Rabbeinu Shmuel says even though he's not making money, we worry he's going to stumble you. But what happens if he loses money? In order to bring non-kosher milk or non-kosher wine is more expensive. Or he has to travel somewhere else, spend money on the traveling, he has to exert himself to do. Yeah, so then Vadai is not going to hurt you. And that was the second eye of the smat. From the case of the Flamadama base, there was a boat full of pieces of fish, and when it came to Akko, to the port of Akko, everyone says, watch it. So another Amoyer told him, but it came from Lebanon. From Tzol, Sidon, those places. There the wine is cheap.
You don't worry about
Sorry, well, maybe they mix the wine there. So the end says, here the wine is cheap. So we worry, so I need to watch. There the wine is expensive, so he's not going to lose money to mix.
No, they didn't go to the port.
No. And then he says, what about, there's another city in Lebanon, Sidon or Tzol, the cheap wine there is cheap. So no, you can't come to the shore. The port is very bad port. With small boats, there's a lot of stumbling, and there's no worry they brought many wine for. But what do we see from that Gemara? And the Rabbeinu Shmuel didn't answer because Rabbeinu Shmuel only argued when there's no gain, but there's no loss. There's a person, the guy wants to stand as a Rosh to do something bad, machshel the good Jew. But not to lose money. Lose money, nobody will say. It's very important because the whole Moshe Feinstein is very important what I'm saying now. This year, so we have to learn this Mordechai inside. Taf, Lamed Aleph. And I'll prove from inside that when there is a lose money, it's a Gemara also, everybody agrees that the guy will not do. But when there's no gain, no loss,
if the guy will lose money,
the guy's not going to spend money from his pocket to hurt a Jew. When there's no spending money, I mean, machlokes. And most of the places where you don't worry, and the main Shmuel said we worry.
Even when
I told the story to the other yeshiva. Only had 3 minutes. Many years ago, I made a movie. Not I made. I was involved in a movie called Pam B'Chaim. It was a reality show in Israel, very successful. There were 36 chapters, and there were 4 or 5 locations. One, there was a rabbi. Second location was Christian monastery. Third was a Muslim imam. And then Aston and religious and almost. That didn't even mean the 5th. Only later on. But then whatever it was. So in one of the chapters, I went to the kotel, was in Sukkot, for Birkas Kohanim. And I had a little baby. And I left those guys to be in my house with a baby. And then you see an argument between those 2 guys, a non-religious guy. Hey, can we mix the milk and meat? They're not around, they're not seeing. Let's mix milk and meat. Because they use something, they make shoko something for the little baby, which is milk. So let's throw it in. Doesn't matter where's milk and meat. They're not around, let's do what we want. Cheat. So the other Jew told him, it's not nice. They care about it. Why to hurt them? He said, you're right, I'm not going to hurt them. That's a difference between Jews. According to Rabbi Shmuel. According to as we worry, there's no gain, no loss. We worry. Shia. But you see 2 non-religious Jews. It's in the movie. 2 non-religious Jews. He says, no, why should I hurt the Jews' time although I don't care about it, but he cares about it. For him, it's an important thing. I'm not going to hurt him. So when I said that story in the Israeli yeshiva, I said, but you see the other Jew? He wanted to do it.
he only had a habit.
I said, oh, okay. Whatever it is. But the story is about machlokes and halachas. Most places we don't worry from going, we're just going to do something else for stop. We don't worry for that. There's a shittas Rabbeinu Shmuel that even when there's no loss, we're afraid. But most places you don't like the smart. But definitely when there's a loss, well, you don't worry for that.
so
See this Mordechai, and Bezrat Hashem will continue on in the Rambam, the Torah of Zorah, and start seeing the Pri Chodesh and others, etc. We'll start going deeper into the sugiya.
Extra copies of the